I see Matt, and then I see Breeze. Is that what he did?
Yes.
I don't see, oh my god.
You typed in my name, you dummy.
You son of a bitch. Can we curse?
That's what's gonna pop up, though. By the way,
Gabby, can we curse?
yes, of course we can. The name of my show is Gabby AF. Do you know what AF stands for?
As fuck. Oh, yeah.
No,
Bleep that out. I want to get in trouble with Dixie Carter.
It's about to get Gabby AF.
We about to get Gabby AF, Gabby AF. We about to get Gabby AF, Gabby AF.
We are already off the rails because I'm doing another tag team on Gabby AF this week, which I'm super excited about. So without further ado, let me intro in the very funny, fun, amazing Breezango. We got Dirty Dango on this side and Tyler Breeze over there. Yeah. Welcome to Gabby AF, my friends.
I'll tell you what, every time I do one of these things, I got to look at myself and I realize how old I'm looking.
Oh, man.
That's why I don't like doing these things.
But you haven't aged a day since 2006.
Wait, how old are you?
I'm 55.
No, you're not. Are you really?
Yeah, 55.
No, he's not.
Hey, Gabby, can I ask you a question? What's the AF stand for in your show?
What do you think it stands for?
I don't want to get canceled. I told Tommy.
We can curse on this show. Do you not know me?
I'm not falling into your traps.
Yeah, don't give him any green lights. He's got to behave himself.
You can make it fun and what besides the curse word, what would you put AF as?
Asparagus P, is that what it stands for?
P is with a P, not an F.
Asparagus P. Oh,
yeah.
It's AF. I thought it was AP.
Oh my god.
Come on, man.
Oh, asparagus.
This is what I mean. Grab the reins here, or this is gonna happen for an hour.
Breeze, I'm letting you know right now. You tell me what to do on my show one more time, and we're gonna have problems.
Well, you gotta do something.
We're 2 minutes in,
and you can't give Dango this much.
I'm letting him get comfortable.
Breeze.
For the first time, really.
Hey, Breeze. First of all, Gabby, can the viewers see my name?
Yes. I told you this.
So why am I doing your show and it says Matt Clement's
You
name?
did that, Dango.
No, I did not. That's Bush League shit. Breeze, are you coming to TNA anytime soon?
I don't know.
What's going on with that?
You got to get me.
Well, I don't want to spill the beans on Gabby's show, but what's going on? I'm trying to get you over there.
I heard you blacklisted me.
I blacklisted you.
I heard that too. That was going to be my first question on the.
I heard through the grapevine, dude.
No, I
didn't believe it. But then here I am on the outs still, so I don't know.
Why would I blacklist you?
I don't know. That's what I thought.
Listen, Dango's too cool for you. He hangs out with the system now. You know what I mean? He's got a bunch of new friends.
The system. That's right.
They're actually old friends. They're old friends.
Old friends
that are new old friends.
Right. That's why I said new. Yeah. All right. I mean, if you want to, I guess we could talk TNA first since you brought it up, Dango. Thank you for introing on my show.
Yeah.
How are you? We can get to Breeze in a minute, but how are you liking working in TNA right now and with the system?
I love it. I mean, it's like we just said, it's a group of guys and girl that I started with besides Moose. He's a new friend, but Eddie Edwards and I started together back in the early 2000s up here in Boston. Lish, his wife, I've known since she was 14. And then Myers and I have known each other since 06 in Deep South Wrestling. So it's a faction of friends, and Moose and I have really hit it off over the last year. And probably the funnest locker room I've been in the last 25 years in the business. We're just missing one guy over there, and the name's right under my chin right now.
Not that. Are you excited? Is the system accepting new members currently?
Wow.
Well, we do tryouts, so I would need you to do a tryout.
What? Okay.
Squats, run around
the full
town,
deal. The full
promo
deal.
class, the whole deal, bro. I need you to full attire all week, full gear, post through the town with Alfred.
Alfred, take me around Stark, Florida, dude.
And then maybe we'll give you a look. Give me a tape.
Okay.
Get me a tape.
I'll prepare for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Breeze, you haven't been on TV in a while. I don't think it's a bad idea to brush up on some stuff before.
I mean, that red light comes on, he might get a little nervy out there. I don't know.
I might. I feel like, looking back at how we did, I feel like my character needs to evolve a little bit. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think my new character is going to be a little bit more like on the, like, I don't know. I don't want to like name names, but like the Giant Gonzalez, you know what I mean? Like not really bumping, kind of like really strong. Not really selling either. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. That's what I think the next thing is.
Yeah. I like that. There's no room for comedy in the wrestling business. We should just be like
Agreed. Serious.
gothic killers, bro. Like
That's fine. That's fine.
You just ass kickers. And
Yo,
we're
what
like,
if we turned the system into like the Flock? You could be Raven.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
I don't know if I like that. No one's asking my opinion on my show if I like it, but I'm not the biggest fan of it.
Gabby, we've kind of hijacked your show. I'm sorry.
I know. I'm a little nervous. I didn't think this was going to happen. I've had Breeze on before, and I got a lot of compliments about my interview with Breeze. Everyone was like, wow, that was so great. There's so much to learn about Breeze. He's so interesting. He's so smart. Yeah. And I was like, I'm going to throw him in the mix. I feel like if it was just me and Dango, it'll be just, I'll make it a little interesting. Get the tag team together, because I feel like we could be like a good trio together.
Or are you joining?
Yeah, I'm already joining.
Wow. If I'm trying to join the system and then you're trying to join, there's like a lot of joining going on. Maybe you have a tryout. I don't know.
I've actually been on TNA TV before. So,
whoa.
Gabby, you want to manage us tomorrow or wrestling the Hardys in New York?
Sure. Yeah. Well, first of all, I'm going to be there. I was hired to be, like backstage interviewing the whole show.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
So I will be there. I don't know if I'm allowed to be biased and like root for you guys over the Hardys, but I think I'd be a good manager. We could shoot some fun stuff. I think I can cut some promos.
We'll see.
Well, I just need you to come to the ring with a pocket full of baby powder. Can you do that?
Isn't that what like valets do? Like be your valet, basically?
I don't put labels on it, but a manager, valet, whatever you want to. I need a handful of baby powder towards the end of the match. If you
what do you need that? What do you need that for?
Just my thighs get dry when I wrestle, so
chafing.
sometimes I like to put baby powder on it.
Chafing.
We just stuff like that, right, Breeze?
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, you are 55, so you got to take it easy. You know what I mean? I'll make sure that you're hydrated and you take all your pills before the match. I don't want you to hurt yourself because then Tommy Dreamer's going to call me up and be like, you let him get hurt before, Under Siege and TNA. I'm going to get in a lot of trouble because I didn't help you out the correct way.
Yeah, no good.
But speaking of that, great pivot, by the way, Dango, talking about the Hardys, because you guys are facing the Hardys. How do you feel about tag teaming up against the Hardys at Westchester County
Breeze,
Center?
do you want to talk for a second?
Yeah, I can talk for a second.
I didn't even finish the question to assign it to Breeze yet, by the way.
Was there more?
No, I was going to say, Breeze, you go first, because that's how you
sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's why I don't do these podcasts, because I'm really bad at them.
I think you're great.
Dango, you're doing great. You're doing great, buddy.
Okay.
Good time.
No. This is like, this is the first time we've ever wrestled the Hardys.
Get out of here.
Yeah, legit.
We've never wrestled the Hardys before together?
We never did.
This is a dream match, bud.
That's right.
This is a dream match.
I love when he realizes these things.
So yeah, first time. I know, Dango, you're currently in TNA with them, so you've seen them work. I mean,
I've wrestled them numerous times over the last year.
So then you got some good, tips for us going in.
Some insight. We just need a good valet to bring a handful of baby powder or some fire.
Fire, yeah, a little fireball. Can you carry a fireball in your pocket?
Like the alcohol? I always have that on me.
No, not fireball. We need a fireball.
Not the whiskey, but like some
we're
flash
not lighting
paper.
anything on fire. We're just
paper.
No, it's a fireball.
But no, I don't carry fireballs with me. But if you wanted like a shooter of the alcohol, I could get that easy.
We don't need that.
All joking aside,
yes,
I'm going to be serious for a minute.
Okay.
I don't know about you, Matt Clement, but the Hardy Boys, I was a big fan of them growing up. They were cool. They were pretty cool. Pretty cool in the 90s.
I hate doing it. I hate doing it to people because it's been done to me, and it I don't like it. But I legit grew up watching them. I was at the fence, asking for their autograph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I started a little bit before you, but in the late '90s, every skinny kid like me wore Hot Topic
That's right.
gear and the baggy pants and
Yeah.
the wingtip Jeff Hardy high spot boots. I don't know if Jeff got his from high spots, but
I
remember
had
them.
legit red and blonde hair. I copied it from like one of his pay-per-views that he did.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
So they were very influential. Is that how you say that?
That's
Yes.
the one. That's
Okay,
it.
good,
That's
good.
Good one.
good.
They were very influential to a whole generation. Kind of, maybe like the Machine Guns and then the Young Bucks. I think there's been generational guys like that, and the Hardys were definitely an inspiration
I
for
feel
our
like
generation.
you know how like Sean was like an inspiration for everybody, but like
Yeah.
tag version, I think the Hardys were like that version.
For sure.
You think
For
they're
sure.
like the GOAT of the tag team?
Almost
for
everybody,
sure.
almost every tag team that I can think of has some sort of hardiness in them.
Interesting.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
You know what I mean?
Just because I was a huge ECW fan through the 90s. And, when the Hardys came into WWE, even as jobber Hardys, when they were wearing like the plaid stuff, remember like the 97, 98?
Kane just launching them down the
But
entranceway.
even like the just the bumps they were taking and doing some innovative moves, I'm like, this is cool. It's just something different than kick and punch, clothesline, powerbomb that that a lot of like the 6'6" DOA guys were doing. It's like a smaller guy, which now that the Hardys are actually pretty big guys, but back then everyone was so big. But you're like, man, I could be like this,
That's
like.
right.
So with that all being said, screw the Hardys. We're gonna cheat tomorrow.
I was just gonna say.
We're gonna throw baby powder in their eyes and then win. Right,
Yeah.
Matt?
That's right. That's right.
I love that. I love that so much because you guys are talking so nice about them, and then you're like, oh yeah, we got to face them. So maybe talk a little.
You do what you gotta do. You do what you gotta do.
You mentioned the Hardys. Obviously, they've had like the legendary matches with the Hardys and the Dudleys. Shout out Papa Ray because I produced him for a long time. But like, you guys are now kind of more singles. You kind of do your own thing. Breeze in NXT, obviously Dango in TNA. What are some things? Obviously, it's very different to be tag team wrestling and solo wrestling. What are some things you prefer that you like to do more as a tag team wrestler than you like as like a solo? What's like a good advantage for you?
For me, I can tag out and catch my breath.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the same thing. I get less tired.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean?
Is it more fun because you like build off each other because you guys have that kind of chemistry?
There's a lot more that goes into calling a tag match. So Breeze and I, we'll get together. There's more moving parts when Breeze and I are trying to figure out what we're gonna do in our match. And then obviously a singles match, there's only two competitors, so there's only so much you can do. But there's so many moving parts with a tag match, and you kind of acclimate your brain for those matches. So if you're a tag team wrestler, you're used to rolling up to the arena, and you got that mindset. So when you're a singles competitor, I remember being in a tag with Breeze forever, and then going like to the Indies and doing a singles match, and I was like, oh shit, because your cardio is different.
Yeah.
It's like playing baseball and you switch your position totally up. So I like being a tag wrestler. I always have, and I think Breeze and I unbelievable chemistry together. I think we showed a more serious side toward the end of our run there in NXT with some more competitive matches with the Undisputed Era and guys like that. Breeze?
Yeah, I mean, I like singles and tag both. They both have their advantages, but I kind of like. Guys, don't laugh.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at him because
I know.
Like, trying to throw like.
This is what he does. This is what he does.
He's gonna be my co-host. He became my co-host in 10 minutes. I don't even know how that happened.
You guys wouldn't accomplish anything.
I don't. If you asked me to talk about wrestling every afternoon, I would jump off my balcony.
It was very difficult to get Dango on my show. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my god!
This is exactly how it went. Are you available to do this thing? I said, if you can hammer down Dango, then I'm in. But if you cannot track him down and find him, then I'm not in.
You want to know why I did it, Gabby? Because I know that I'm going to see you tomorrow, and I didn't want to disappoint you. If I was never going to see you ever again, I would pretend I didn't see the message.
Can you do me a favor and we'll edit that part out? Can you repeat that and be like, it's because you're so good at what you do and I love your show and you're such
No,
a
I'm just
No,
kidding.
no.
I do respect
no.
the show, and I like what you did with. I do. That's why I want to do it, and I miss messing with Breeze. So
Yeah.
I always love to see that smiling face. Look at him. Look at him.
Because it's so ridiculous.
Look at him.
This is how. So someone was asking me the other day. They said, "What's it like when you see Dango again?" And I said, "I went. I think the longest I went was like 6 months or something without seeing you, and we just picked right back up. And it's just so ridiculous because everything he says just pops me. I just laugh.
You know what it was, bro? I hadn't seen you and Spearsy for like 6 months, and then you came to Orlando, and I was wrestling some luchador.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen you. I haven't said a word to you guys. I'm like, fuck, dude.
Didn't even say hi. Didn't even say
God.
hi. Nice to see you. He just started bitching
so
about
much
his
shit
match.
going on, man. This is crazy.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's like we continued a conversation that never really started ever. But like you think at least like, hey man, nice to see you. Nope.
See, you guys are like real life besties though. Like even though like some tag teams aren't, they're just good together and they're not.
No, we get along. We get along. There's some tag teams that absolutely hate each other. I know a few that I'm not going to say, but it's weird. No, I don't want to call them.
I don't like that anyway.
Some guys can't even stand to be near each other, and it's unfortunate that they got to go out there and call a match together. But
yeah, not us, bud. Not us, buddy.
That's crazy.
Nope.
That's right.
Do you guys want like? Would it be a goal for you guys to bring Breezango back on TV, or are you kind of happy doing what you're doing now?
Matt?
Yeah,
Look,
let's
I mean,
Breeze first.
Yeah, I'm good. So like, I don't know, because we talked about this last time, I think, where you were talking about like my goals and whatever.
Yes, yeah.
It's different because I've wrestled here and there, but I haven't been on TV since 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Dango's been on TV almost the entire time.
Right.
So, he's got stuff going on. If it fit, if it worked, it would be fantastic. I mean, I know it works. It's just a matter of if it works for whatever TV program is out there. But yeah, I mean, 100%. Why not? I think it's still there. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm for it.
All right, Dango.
No, I don't want to tag with him ever again.
I hate it.
You knew he was going to do that. He was waiting for you.
I know.
Just for him to be like, nah, I hate this guy.
I don't like when he makes me go first.
It's all body of work. So that's what Dusty used to always say. So you're always changing up your act. You know, you can only do the same act for so long, and then you got to evolve into something different. And then once enough time passes, then you can go back to what you did before. Do you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Yep.
Undertaker had to change his deal up and start riding a Harley around, and then eventually people want the old Taker back, and then not comparing Breezango to Undertaker at all, but
we could though.
We could, but I don't think anyone would believe it. But
we could come back, Brothers of Destruction. You know what I mean?
But what I'm saying is like enough time passed that you can change the act up, and then eventually people might want to see a reunion of some sort. So I don't know where.
I mean, I asked if the system is, if they need another dude. If I pass the tryout,
I don't know if I can. If I can just vouch for you like that, bro.
Do you have any pull in? Do you have any pull in this group? Or are you like the bottom?
Don't drive me away.
Were you the last to join?
Don't.
Who's the leader?
Ooh.
I'm the Horace Hogan of the.
I'm pretty sure Moose is the leader.
I'm the.
Moose.
Remember the apocalypse? You remember the? Hey, tell your dog to shut up, dude. We're doing a podcast.
Dude, first off, I'll never tell her that, and secondly, my Instacart is getting delivered. So
is that
it'll get worse before it gets better.
I'm the was Apocalypse Beefcake in NWO? Remember Apocalypse?
I don't even know what that is.
The Disciple.
Disciple, that was it.
I'm the disciple of the system.
You're the disciple.
I just stand like in the background and like.
Oh, you're like the last version of the NWO, where like you come out with the shirt, but you're not really there.
Yeah.
I think he turns against the system. And then when he brings in a reinforcement, it's Tyler Breeze. And you shock the world.
I'm the reinforcement?
Yeah, like they're like, oh, you have no friends now, Dango. What are you going to do? You're going to be out here solo? And you're going to be like, I have a friend.
We'll see if he's bringing in a friend. That makes sense. But if I'm the reinforcement, I mean, I'd go for like, some big dude or something. Maybe bring in me as the friend, and then we get another big guy to help us.
Ooh, that would be
if we're against Moose and like 3 other guys, come on.
That's true. but I feel like you could definitely level it up. People
Also,
would love to.
why are we talking about the system breaking up here? I'm trying to get into the system, not break it up.
Mm,
Yeah.
I just didn't know where Dango sits in terms of the hierarchy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think he's on the bottom. But I don't think he has much play in that. But we'll see. Things can change. It's a long year.
This is why I don't do podcasts.
I do think the audience would love it because Dango, when you showed up in NXT, that pop was like,
Dude, they had to re-shingle the PC after that. Yeah, the freaking roof. The roof blew right off that place, and they had to hire a roofing guy to come fix that damn thing.
I don't know if the camera showed it or not, but there was literally people hanging like from the rafters. You know,
It was insane.
I saw people crying tears of shock and joy,
legit,
like jumping off the crowd stand. Like
it was like the Beatles when the Beatles got off the plane.
Exactly the same. Exactly.
No, it was good to go back. It was. I honestly thought, all seriousness, I never thought I would ever step foot in the PC ever again in my life. And then, like, all of a sudden, I'm there, like, looking around. Everything's exactly the same.
Yeah.
Like, this is wrestling's so weird. Right when you think you're kind of getting out of it, it's like quicksand. You're just deeper in. You're just deeper in.
Once you're in, you're in, dude. Even when you don't want to be in, you're still in. Try to get out.
Holy crap! Yeah.
Well, I mean, this.
But you know, like, sorry to interrupt you, but like Zack Ryder's whole anthem is kind of staying in shape, being ready. And it's true. Like, you never know. You know, if they give you a call and then Dango's been sitting on the couch for 4 years just eating potato chips and really, you know, like, you never know if they're going to call. You don't want to show up looking out of shape. Breeze, you've been all right, let's get live here. Breeze, you've been doing any shows or what?
No, last show I did was the one with you in February.
What the fuck have you been doing, dude?
I'm tired, brother. I got
From
school.
what?
First off, I run a school. Secondly, I'm building a house, which I know you are too. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, did you do the house?
Did
you demo the whole thing?
Not yet. We're like right at the. There was a couple avenues I'm going, but yeah.
You pulling permits? Yeah.
It's gonna be good though.
Nice.
Anyway,
grab the reins here. Grab the reins here.
Okay, I'm letting you know. You tell me to do that. Don't tell me what to do.
Okay.
Anyway, like I was talking. What were we talking about before your dog? Oh, when he showed up.
Don't blame my dog for anything, dude.
I don't usually blame dogs. Dogs are innocent. It's always humans' fault because you guys train them.
How you treat a dog is all I need to know.
I like dogs more than people, so.
Yeah, I do too. I like you, Gabby.
I like you too.
It's a good group right here.
Hey, Gabby, where do you live?
I'm in Hoboken, Jersey, right outside
New Jersey. Oh shit.
What's your social security number?
Yeah. What's your address?
Yeah, sorry. Netflix.
Hey, do you guys have the new real IDs yet?
Dude. Yeah. So
I think
you heard this whole thing about real IDs, right? So like apparently New Jersey has been like the latest to the game, and we're named like the laziest state when it came to real IDs because no one took it seriously. Yeah. So now you like can't get one in Jersey. Like when I tell you DMVs are booked for months to get an appointment, like you can't. So I'm just using my passport.
Is that the little gold star deal?
So yeah, I was super stressed out about mine, and I never have time to go wait in line. Like, waiting in line is my least favorite thing to do. I've been doing it for the last 20 years. That's what I do for a living, is wait in line. And I just got up to security at the TSA last week, and he's like, "Yeah, you already have the real ID. It's a star on your." I'm like, so apparently I got it last year or 2 years ago. I don't know how.
I didn't even know. They just put it on my driver's license.
Yes, you're good.
And I got it in 2021.
Yeah, so I didn't have it.
I didn't even do anything.
And they didn't tell me. And my license expired the end of last year. So I got my new license, and they weren't like, "Oh, by the way, while you're getting your new license, get the real ID." So like, and then the beginning of this year, my passport expired. So I was like, I'm just getting my passport first and foremost, because if you have a passport, you could do anything.
Sure.
Yeah, it trumps everything. So let me ask you, like, so a regular license isn't a real ID? Like, come on.
Right.
What are we doing here?
It's insane. Like if you get pulled over in your car, you can't be like license ID. Like, are they going to say, "Oh, it's not a real ID. It looks exactly like you," but
I don't understand this.
I don't have a car, so I don't have to
Unbelievable.
Is there a question coming?
Yeah, he asked that question, which by the way, a lot of people are worrying about. So that's a good question. That's a pretty current product, I guess. Yeah. He just doesn't want to talk wrestling.
No, I mean, I'm kind of carrying this whole thing, so I just figure we'll just kind of talk about
I
stuff,
second
you
that.
know, we'll
Second
talk
that.
about the Pope and other
You
whatnots.
second what? What did you just second, Breeze?
Dango's carrying the whole thing here.
Okay. Yeah. This is the thing about Breeze. Nicest guy in the world. You put the camera on him, all of a sudden, he's got attitude.
I've been pleasant.
He's like,
no, I've been pleasant.
He's
but
got
I
an
see
agenda.
We're
He has an
like
agenda.
33 minutes. We're like 33 minutes, and I think you've asked one question. Aside from that,
it's not my fault.
I've been listening to Dango.
I'll be honest with you, I'm a real bad influence on Matt.
You are.
That's true.
And it's and
We're like two little kids. We're like two little kids to get
Yeah,
together.
two.
Yeah,
and
but
we're
it's
just
bad
showing
because
off.
I'm like that too, and
We're
you're
showing off. We're just showing off.
It's
We
fine.
are.
That's what edits are for.
Don't edit a thing, dude.
So we talked about you being in NXT, the big crossover. I mean, TNA and NXT, WWE are doing huge crossovers right now. We just saw Joe Hendry at WrestleMania, which was pretty epic, if you ask me, and social media went off. I want both of your takes on that because obviously, Dango, you work with him. And Breeze, I wanted to know, I'm going to ask Breeze first so that Dango can't,
spin it. Yeah.
What did you know about it before? Obviously, I don't think you knew about it before it was happening, but like, what was your reaction to seeing that, and like, how monumental is that to see the TNA champion, opening an open challenge with Randy Orton at WrestleMania?
I mean, it's pretty crazy. It's all kind of crazy. Like right now, we're in like uncharted waters.
Yeah,
but wrestling's so hot right now. There's so much stuff happening where like the partnership with TNA and WWE is insane. The fact that that's even a thing. But there's like partnerships all over. You know what I mean? Because now they have like there's AAA, and then like AEW with CMLL, and then there's like Japan coming in. Like there's a lot of crossover stuff happening, and things that aren't that have never happened before are happening. Where like TNA champion is on Mania, massive surprise, which is like it's crazy. It's great. They've done it with the Rumble and whatever, but Mania was another step. So it kind of feels like anything's possible right now, which is pretty wild. And it's just kind of cool, and it's good for everybody. Like if you're in wrestling, you're thriving essentially.
What about you, Matt?
So my dad doesn't know MMA. He just knows UFC. He doesn't call soda. He calls it Coke. And wrestling is on its way just to be WWE. WWE is going to be the whole. They're buying all the smaller brands like UFC did, like Bellator. It's going to be WWE is going to be wrestling, and TNA's partnership with it, I believe, is a big step forward towards that. And seeing Joe Hendry, just some of the things you've seen over the last year, you would never see. You would never see any of this 5 years ago, and it's great. Timing's everything in wrestling, and I wish I was 25 right now. Because the opportunities for these young kids, it's unbelievable to have so much TV time. You could work so many different brands. It's a great opportunity to be in the business right now. I just wish I wasn't 55, so.
You look great, dude. You look great.
You look great for 55. I agree.
I know, yeah.
And Breeze is 60 and he looks awesome.
You know what? We're not even going to play that game.
But you mentioned obviously the young talent, and there's just so many options, so many shows. I want to flip flop this a little bit. Like for you, Dango, who is someone that if you were to cross over to NXT, someone in NXT like you have your eye on that you think is like a shining star this year? And then Breeze, I'm asking you the same thing about TNA.
Somebody asked me this exact question when right after I went to NXT, and I said, man, I'd love to wrestle Shawn Michaels in one of his last matches. And then all the dirt sheets said, like,
I saw it.
Dude,
insane.
All the dirt sheets go, Fandango says Shawn Michaels has 1 or 2 matches left in him.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? This is why I don't do podcasts.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Dango just said wrestling Shawn. Shawn's still wrestling. He's not retired.
Shawn Michaels, Fandango says Shawn has 1 or 2 matches left in him. He spoke to him. I'm like, no,
They're
I didn't. That's
fun.
my dream match. Shawn is the reason why I got into the business. I'd love to go over there and tie up with old HBK. But,
don't even say it. Don't even say it because they'll pick up on it.
Because she'll edit this and get me.
No,
with,
I don't do that.
The Heartbreak Kid.
Dango's wrestling.
I don't do that. So funny.
HBK. That's my answer.
Well, I'm saying like young talent. You mentioned young talent. There's a lot that's been coming into TNA.
Hey.
New stars, people that aren't legends already, and they're like, he's already a legend. If he never, you know what I'm saying? You've been seeing a lot of them come into the TNA ring.
Who's the Italian kid? What's his name? The Italian kid, the
Tony
young
D'Angelo?
Italian.
Tony
I like
D'Angelo.
that. I like him. I like him.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the characters. You know, that's when I fell in love with wrestling, with the characters, you know, in the 90s. And I like someone with a shtick, a deal, you know, and I like Mama Luke's deal, you know. I like his gimmick, so
it's good.
Yeah. Their faction's breaking up right now, isn't it?
It's been downhill for them since Spears, you know, beat
Spears.
him and did all that stuff. Spears ruined everything for them. Your boy.
It's crazy. Spears is back in NXT and doing really well. It's just, right? It's just a guy that has so much talent. I feel like it's just been overlooked many a times, and it's cool to see him have a good kind of last chapter. I feel like is in WWE.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of his.
Yeah.
He's a good hand. Good hand.
No, he's great. And when I interviewed him at Breeze's school, he's a good hand. He's at their school that they have together, Flatbacks. You know, Breeze was not Breeze, but Sean was saying how this is like the happiest he feels like he's doing what he's supposed to be doing now, and he's like very happy, which is like cool for someone to say at this point in your career when you've been around for as long as you have. Yeah. What about you, Breeze? Who in TNA like intrigues you if you were to get back on TV? I know we talked about this a little bit, but I'm saying TNA specifically because we have Dango here.
I mean, we're kind of doing one already with the Hardys, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like us with the Ziggler brothers, Ziggs and Ryan, the Nemeth boys.
The cheerleaders?
No.
Yeah, they're cheerleader guys.
Ryan,
they're the cheerleader guys, right?
Nick, are you
Nikki, Mikey?
No, Zigman.
He's talking about Nick Nemeth and his brother.
The Spirit Squad guys.
No, Ziggs was in there for a second, but he's not anymore.
Gotcha. I'm just
Nemeth boys would be cool. Nemeth boys would be cool. I actually like KC Navarro.
Ooh.
And Leon Slater are cool. I think.
Leon
in terms
Slater's,
of like,
which
I mean, there's a lot of like, and again, obviously like Joe.
Ryan Nemeth's a dirtbag, by the way.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah, he's a horrible human being.
Yeah, I was in FC Dub.
Just a horrible guy.
Yeah.
Just maybe Breezango has to like rip the titles off.
Yeah, Ryan's a really bad human being. I hope that makes the dirt sheets.
Oh, you guys are.
I don't want to talk. I'm not going to get into it here on your show, but he's a bad person.
Wow,
interesting.
He's a bad guy.
What about his brother?
Just walk by.
I don't like Nemeth. I don't like either of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, they are the champs right now, so what do you guys should do something about it.
Let's beat them up.
Breeze doesn't work for us, so.
Look, if Dango lets me in the system, if he gets some pull, works his way up, gets some pull, asks Moose,
why do you fuckers say I'm on the bottom of the run of the system?
I don't think you're on the bottom, but I mean,
I'm like
she said
in the
Moose
middle
is the leader.
somewhere.
Well, okay, then it's a short journey up.
Yeah,
I'm right in the middle.
Well, then move up a rung or two.
Don't drive wedges.
The middle's the worst place to be.
Just move up a rung or two and be like, yo, guys, you know what would make this system a better system is if we upgraded it with a little bit of a breeze.
I think the middle is the worst place to be because then you're forgotten. At least if you're on the bottom, you're underestimated. If you're on the top, you're the best. You know what I mean?
Are you a middle child, Gabby?
No, I'm not. I'm the youngest.
Yeah.
But don't you could tell?
Yeah, I could tell.
I
thought you were an only child, to be honest with you.
No. Oh my God. By the way, Dango, I don't know about you, but does Breeze, like, can you even see him with how dark it is in the room that he's in right now? It's absurd.
The sun has gone down during this interview.
Put a light on, bro. What are you doing?
I like that I can barely log into my Instagram account, and Breeze is a streamer.
Oh wow, there he is.
He's a streamer with a computer chair, and I'm doing better at this podcast visually than he is.
We see a sliver of you, by the way.
Yeah, because he didn't want to turn
your phone.
He didn't want to turn.
Gabby, if I turn it, I can't see you, hon.
Yeah, I know. And then that's the saddest part. You don't want to just see Breeze.
No. Okay. All right. Next question.
Anyway, well, it's hard because what I do is I ask questions off of your guys' answers, but you guys talk amongst yourselves after you give answers to things.
What I'm hearing is I came unprepared. That's what I'm hearing.
Okay. If you want to hear that with your gigantic earphones on, I don't think you're hearing correctly.
Gabby, I'm
Dango?
going to go out on a limb here and say this is the last time Breezango is going to do your podcast.
No, here's the thing, Dango. I've had Breeze by himself. I've had you guys together. I think I could have you yourself and you wouldn't be as off the rails. I think I could handle you alone. I think
that just shows how little you know him. It would be so far off the rails, you would accomplish nothing.
I don't
Absolutely nothing. You would have. Oh my god! Please do it.
I think we'd have a great show together. I think he should become my co-host. You want to be my podcast host? He would never show up. Probably. He'd be like, "Yeah, I'll do it. I'll never hear."
I'd be like Artie Lang when he was partying with Stern. I'd be like there half the time.
I don't even know what that is. That's an old reference.
Dude, you got a lot to look up, man. There's a world out there. You know what I mean?
You don't
just type it in on Google. It'll tell
I know
you
who Artie Lang is. I know who Howard Stern is, obviously, but
I don't know. At this point, I'm questioning everything.
Anyway, you guys. Yeah. Well, you were talking about NXT. We were talking about TNA. Clearly, obviously, whatever. We were talking about WrestleMania. Joe Hendry, which is great. I liked your answers for that because it is true what's going on in pro wrestling right now. There's a lot of options, a lot of cool stuff happening.
Yeah.
What is your guys' take right now on Cena? With it being his retirement year, he's heading in to face Randy Orton, people you guys are familiar with, quite possibly friends with. I kind of just want your guys' take on John Cena because I have a strong take, but I don't know him, so I want your guys' take. And I'll go to Breeze first. The heel Cena. I want to know your thoughts on heel Cena.
Dango's ready. I mean, I think it's cool. I think it's interesting. Obviously haven't seen it
Ever.
Damn near his entire run. A little bit in the beginning, and then all of a sudden, it was the guy that you see doing Make-A-Wishes and all that other stuff. So now I think getting to see this other side of him is kind of fun. Not only for the audience watching, but I think for John as well. I think he's enjoying it because it's just one of those things where which I don't know if anybody's ever done this before, but he's called a shot where like he's done. Like this is his full retirement tour. He's doing like a year or whatever, and he's done. And I fully believe him when he says like I'm done kind of thing. So I think he's enjoying it. I think he's just actually enjoying, which I don't know. I'm gonna say like it might not even be a lot of stress on him. You know what I mean? Where like before, like he was the guy for so long that it's like you don't really enjoy a lot of it because you're worried about all this other stuff. I don't know if he's worried about anything right now. I think he's actually just enjoying himself and having fun and just like doing stuff that he never was allowed to do or never got the chance to do. And then just, even revisiting these things where like even working with Randy and whatever, it's almost like his, the greatest hits tour. And I think he's just having fun with it. And people are having fun with it.
Yeah. I'm sad because I like Cody Rhodes more than Cena. I didn't want him to lose. But anyway, Dango, your thoughts?
It's body of work. So it's fun to make people hate you. And John, I feel like wouldn't want to retire without hanging his hat on that heel hook. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to ride off on the sunset and have regrets. And business is hot right now. And what would we be talking more about right now? What's really hotter than, Cena is, everyone's talking about Cena. Everyone's talking about his heel turn, turning. Would we be talking about that if he just stayed babyface and just kind of stayed the course? Probably. God damn it, Finnegan! We probably wouldn't be talking about that. And so hats off to him. I think he's doing a great job. And John's a great guy.
He doesn't understand that the yelling outburst is like my favorite thing because that's me. Yeah. Like to a T, that's my personality because I'm very loud.
Yeah.
That was phenomenal. And I'm 100% keeping that in because Finnegan's out of control and he needs to know that it's not
keep it opposite. There's no editing. We agree with this.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, buddy.
Do you think do you think there's a possibility at all of Cena in coming to TNA because that is Hendry's, dream match now that's happened because that's Hendry's thing. That's what he always talks about. That Cena's like the dream for him. but we'll be seeing in TNA.
If you would have told me 5 years ago that TNA World Champion would be a surprise opponent for Randy Orton at WrestleMania, I would have thought you were probably pretty crazy. So with that being said, honestly, the landscape of the business right now, anything could happen. And that's what's so great about unpredictable TV. You got to tune in every week to see. It's not predictable right now. And Cena turning heel, that's just one example of you got to tune in. This is the Attitude Era. What's the generation now called? What would Cody call it? This is the whatever era now. It's everyone wants to tune in every week to see it.
Yeah.
So
no, it's
does
definitely.
that make sense? Yeah.
It does. It totally makes sense.
Yeah.
It might be the most sense you've made this whole interview. So it took a long time, but we made it, and I'm excited.
53 minutes it took. Yeah.
I'm excited to see you guys for Northeast Wrestling to face the Hardys. I'm excited to see Breezango in person, which I've never seen before.
Is that tomorrow?
Small.
Yeah.
Shit.
But this will come out probably like ASAP, which will be like morning of or whatever. But when people listen to it, I don't know when they're going to listen to it. You might have already lost to them by the time people hear this.
Yeah. What do you mean lose to them?
I don't know. Are you going to lose or are you going to win? We don't know. But
well, you just said we're going to lose.
Yeah.
I didn't say it. I said it's
Are you assuming that we're going to lose, Gabby?
Not if I'm involved. We're not fucking losing. That's for sure. I don't lose.
There you go.
But I'm excited for you guys. When I told people I was interviewing Breezango, everyone was like, "Oh my god, they're so great. They're awesome." I want to know.
Who the hell said that?
I don't give the one person I asked. The
bullshit.
one person I asked loved you guys.
You're like Nancy from the 7-Eleven said she loves you guys back when you used to dress up.
Yeah.
You guys used to dress up like the
cops. You were a little cop man.
The sexy cops.
All the gifts that I told you guys were.
I remember those hot boys. They just get out there and showboat.
That's right.
I like that. That's an old school word. I haven't heard that word in a long time. Yeah. Unless we're talking about the casino, the showboat.
We're not.
Breeze.
Hey, Gabby, who do you do your podcast with? Just solo or?
Hello. Yeah. Who else do you see besides me?
Do you think there was like a special guest coming on after the 1 hour mark or what?
He's like, you're the host, or are you filling in for like someone way better?
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking about starting a podcast.
You want to do it with me?
No, probably not.
Here's the thing, Dango. You're gonna want this. I already know this about you. You're like all these guys that are like, I want to do this. I want to do a podcast, and you're not gonna want to put the work that goes into doing a podcast.
You're absolutely right.
Someone like me who will do all the.
You need to harvest the moneymaker.
Yeah.
Which is me, the bread.
Yeah, but then you just get to show up, look pretty, and be like, who we got today? Cool, I'm going to talk to this person. Great. Yeah. Do no prep. Whatever works for you, works for you. And I've done everything else.
Just like my fiance planning our wedding. Yeah. Exactly. She does all the work. And I just show up.
Just show up, bud.
But that's a normal thing, I feel like, for like planning weddings and stuff like that. Before we go, I need to know, I'm dying to know, and I think the listeners, if they're still here.
Of course they're still here. If they have a soul.
I want to know your guys so far, because it's not over yet, but favorite moment, Breezango moment that you've had together. Dango, I'll start with you this time because I always start with Breeze. So
it was we wrestled the Drama King in Gotch in Scotland once.
Villains, bro.
The Vaudevillains. That was my favorite moment of
if you're saying what I think you're saying, it's the exact moment I'm thinking of too.
Yeah, that's my favorite moment. We wrestled them in Scotland, Glasgow, on SmackDown. That was my favorite match ever.
That's yours, Breeze?
No, I thought he was going to go somewhere else with it.
Okay.
You
can talk about outside moments. They don't have to be in the ring. They can. Just
I think it was like a qualifier for something. But I know
you mean just about. In general?
Like you could do it in general too, but also maybe. Yeah, so you did a wrestle moment, so then Breeze do a wrestle moment, but you guys can also talk about like moments together, like your favorite moments personally.
Do you have a PG-13 story about me outside the ring, Breeze?
I get an R.
Well, I have one that's a mix of like in the ring and out.
You can't say anything inappropriate because I'm a God-fearing man nowadays. No. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No. I wouldn't do that to you. I wouldn't bury you. I'm on your team here. There was a time I thought you were going with this one. So Dango was a little unhinged when we used to do the Europe tours. So but I mean, first one on the bus. And you know, he would just
I drank a lot of whiskey. I used to drink a lot of whiskey.
Yeah.
Is that your choice? Ew.
Whiskey, yeah.
Dango for 20 days essentially would just drink whiskey and eat chips, the prawn cocktail chips over there.
Yeah.
And he would just get lean, dude, like super lean.
Super lean. You can see my heart beating.
So one of my favorite times was I see Dango on the bus as always, and I go, "How you doing, bud?" And he's like, I'm all right. I said, "Okay." So we're having some like 10-man tag or 8-man tag, and so we get ready, and I look over at the trainer's room, and there's a garbage can, like just a big bin, and Dango's standing over top of it, and he's just like, he's got a water bottle, and he's just slowly like putting some water on his fingertips, and then just like splashing it in his face. So like I go, all right, he's doing all right. So then I walk away. I fully get like dressed, changed, whatever. 10 minutes later, I walk back. He's still standing there, just slightly splashing water in his face. I go, "You all right there, bud?" And he's like, yeah, I'll be fine. So I said, all right. So our music hits. He goes out. He's dancing around like normal. I said, all right, he's good. So we run, I think, like the first thing in the match, and it's Dango in there. And he's got this spot. If you've ever seen Dango work before, it's, you normally see it. Where the guy sunset flips him, and Dango is very, very difficult to sunset flip. So he doesn't go, but then he dances his way out of it, which is a great defense for a sunset flip. And then he normally, punches you or drops a leg or something. Well, this time he decided to not do that. So he just kind of went off the rails on his own thing. And so I'm just standing on the apron laughing, and he brings him over to me to tag, and he goes, "Hey, did I just mess up my own thing?" I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "All right." Steps out to the apron and stayed there the rest of the match.
So what I was doing for the 10 minutes, and I would do this every pre-match.
This is the only time I ever saw you do that, by the way.
Well, I would be praying and telling God, just help me through this match, and I won't drink ever again. So I would lie to God every night for 20 days straight, because I would instantly go drink.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm sorry, baby Jesus, about lying to you.
Your phone also just blacked out.
The timing on that was impeccable.
Look, what'd you do?
These motherfuckers.
Do you think we kicked him out?
No, I think he does. No one kicked you out. You're right there.
I can't hear you.
His connection's gone.
Oh my God, I'm dead. It's know what he.
Damn it.
Are you back? Are you back? Can you hear us?
Are you back?
Thanks, Gab.
Oh no, he kicked himself.
That is an exit right there. That's an outro, which I think we talked about this before. That is how you do an outro, by the way.
By the way, do you think he faked it just because he was bored and he wanted to leave?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I would see people doing that.
No, because his lips were like not aligned with the words too.
How funny would it be if he jumped back in?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but he's definitely not.
Now I really believe he's 55 years old. He can't even handle a fucking webcam on his phone.
Just how it goes. This is just how it goes. Also, it's not a webcam on your phone. It's just a camera.
Whatever.
There's no webcam.
I have an actual camera.
Good for you. So do I.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but you didn't have a light on the whole goddamn interview, so we're gonna have to deal with that.
I didn't want it.
I
didn't want it. We got where we needed to go.
I
blinded the whole time. You know what I mean?
I was gonna ask the last question, which I already said, but the big question trending on social media is who would win the fight between
one gorilla, 100 men,
and 100 men. And I'm so mad I didn't get to ask Dango because he would have
had a good answer.
A good answer.
He would have had a good answer.
And I asked him a bunch of fucking wrestling questions. I should have asked him the shit question out of the gate.
Meanwhile, you're asking like, hey, what do you think of John Cena? And meanwhile, you got this loaded question waiting here. This is the guy to ask, dude.
I know. I'm pissed.
You gonna wrap this thing up here?
Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it. Who would you choose between 100 men and a gorilla? I almost said a bear.
Gorilla, 100%.
Really?
Yeah, they're just so strong, dude. I watched a video the other day of this guy who broke into a zoo, and he wanted to hang out with the chimpanzee or the orangutan, and he got too close, and the orangutan snatched him by his shirt.
Yeah.
And brother could not get away.
Yeah.
Like could not get away. The zookeepers had to come in, pry him out of there, and then they got mad at him obviously for breaking into a zoo. Don't do that. That's stupid. But that one orangutan, like he's swatting, he's pulling arms off. Like, yeah, that's not even a gorilla, dude. That's an orangutan.
Have you ever seen Planet of the Apes? I don't fuck with that.
I've
Are
watched
you
all.
not?
I've watched all.
I don't like that. I don't like it. I don't like movies like that.
Why?
Because I feel like it can happen.
It could happen. Well, I mean, we're about to live in legit like Terminator times.
Can I tell you something?
Or iRobot or whatever.
Can I tell you something without you getting mad?
I'm not going to guarantee that, but go ahead.
I've never seen Terminator.
How dare you? My cat is very disappointed.
Oh my god! I thought that was a raccoon for a second. I swear to God, that looks like a raccoon. What's your cat's name?
Rue.
Rue.
Yeah.
Rue looks scared.
She's not scared.
For her life.
She's a Swedish kitty.
I'm not a cat person. I'm a dog person.
All right, we're done here.
Anyway, thanks for wrapping up. Can't wait for Northeast Wrestling, where you guys, Breezango and the Hardys. It's going to be great. Thank you so much to Dango, wherever you are, living your life.
Yeah.
Thank you for making this so enjoyable for me. I can't wait to co-host show with you, which might happen one day, but Breeze can come.
You're currently talking to nobody.
No, I'm talking to him. He's listening.
He's not here.
He's listening.
Not here. He's not here.
He just messaged me. He said, I'm still listening.
No, he's not.
He did not. But Breeze, I appreciate you as always.
Sure.
You're the best. Everyone knows it. You're my best friend, Colin. You already know this. And I can't wait to see you. And thank you so much for the time. I know you were playing video games, but thank you for stopping for this interview. It's been awesome.
Do some prep work next time.
Do not put that out there, because that's when no one's gonna come on my show.
Well, I'll. You know what? Hey, if you do some prep work, I'll spread the word. I'll say do it or don't do it. So this is on you. Now it falls on you.
Listen, I think that's my charm. I think people like that they don't know what I'm going to come out with.
I don't know if they like that.
I haven't heard any complaints.
We'll see.
I haven't had any complaints yet. And you came back a second time, so I can't be doing anything that bad.
That is true.
I'm winning. To everyone listening at home, you remember this from last time. LYMNB, love you most, no backs. Have a great weekend. Be safe. And love Breezango. And the more we tweet Breezango, maybe we'll see them on TV again together soon.
Yeah.
All right. Be safe. Goodbye. That's how we're going to wrap it with my 2 peace signs.
That's good.